everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video we'll be making a kimono. It's a very easy and beginner friendly project. It will only take like 30 or 40 minutes and you won't be needing a lot of stuff either. You'll need 1 meter or 1 yard of fabric. I'm using a lightweight non-stretchy fabric. Your fabric scissors, your measuring tape, and I also use fabric marker. It's just easier. And also ribbon. I will be using ribbon on some of the hems, like the sleeves and the collar on the front part. This one is 3 centimeters, but you can use whatever you want. Maybe you have something laying around the house. If it matches the fabric, it will be nice. So that is optional. You can just hem your hems regular, but I'll be using the ribbon. So I recommend you doing that as well. It's not that expensive. This was like €3 for a whole roll, so that'll be fine. Okay, so let's get into it.
You only need 4 squares for this project. 2 squares of 75 centimeters by 50 centimeters and 2 squares of 45 centimeters by 23 centimeters. If you just fold the fabric in 2 and then cut once for each measurement, then you automatically have 4 and they're automatically mirrored. So just put a mark at 50 centimeters horizontally and 75 vertically, and then cut along these marked lines and do the same for the smaller square.
This is the front and back piece of the kimono. You already cut it with the right sides together. So you're just gonna keep it like this, and then you're gonna sew with a straight stitch along the top line, and then after that with a zigzag stitch. So it will be one big piece sewn together.
So firstly, with a straight stitch 1 centimeter away from the edge. Just like this, nothing special. Yeah.
Then I'm using a zigzag stitch, but only to the far right, to the where the edges are. So the edges will be cut in the zigzag stitch. So it looks like this. Closer. Yeah, I will cut the little threads away that you see now, and then it will just be perfect. I have a special thing for that. A special thread cutter. I don't know, but it works very good. Okay, so here you have the piece sewn together, and then we're gonna get the 2 other pieces we've cut. You're gonna fold it open with the right side up. You can iron it to get it like flat. I don't feel like that, so I'm not doing it. So you have the straight line here. Then you're gonna get your 2 pieces.
And then you're gonna mark where the middle is. You put a little dot or a stripe in the middle. And then you align that with the stitch we just sewn in.
So you open it up and you put it here. And then you can pin it down with pins or clips. I'm just using clips for now.
And then we're gonna once again sew these two layers together with a straight stitch 1 centimeter away from the edge, and then finishing the raw edges with a zigzag stitch. I don't have this on camera, but this is what it should look like. Just do exactly the same as before. Fold this big piece of fabric we have right now to turn it into like a kind of shirt shape. Make sure all the edges, sides, corners are perfectly aligned. Pin it down, and then we're gonna sew these layers together. But first, only these two lines. These two we will sew in later. Now we've come to the ribbon part. We're gonna begin with the sleeves, and this is the reason why we didn't sew these together yet, because we're first gonna sew in this ribbon as the hem, and then we'll sew the two layers of the sleeves together to actually form a sleeve instead of a square. So just sew it in with a straight stitch, and at the end a zigzag stitch, just as before, just like all the other steps. Now fold this square in two to form the sleeve, and then you're gonna sew along the edge with a straight stitch and a zigzag stitch. I don't have this on camera, but it's the same as before. If you've done this for both the sleeves, we're gonna move on to like the neckline and make sure that it's a vest, like a kimono vest, and not a shirt. So we're gonna cut along this dotted line. You have to create this dotted line yourself by just marking it. You're gonna determine the middle, and then you're gonna mark a line vertically, and you're gonna mark a little triangle where your neck will be of 18 centimeters. So just 9 centimeters to the right and to the left from where your line is, which is the middle. Just watch what I'm doing. It's probably more clear than when it's explaining in words. Then just cut along this line, like removing the little triangle. Now we're gonna do the same as we did with the sleeves. So we're gonna attach the ribbons to the raw edge all the way along the whole edge. You can of course pin this down. It's probably better to use clips so you won't see the holes, but I'm not using anything at all just because I'm lazy, to be honest. If you're just sewing slower, it's fine. I do make a lot of mistakes though because of this, so maybe not copy it, but do whatever you want. So now the only thing we'll have to do is hem the bottom of the kimono, but before I'll actually hem it, I'm just gonna sew 1 centimeter away from the hem, because I think this is easier than marking. Just with a straight stitch, it's only so I know where I should create the fold in order to make the hem. So here you see the stitch we've just sewn in, and we're gonna fold the fabric over this stitch and then press it in, so it's a very clear and crisp fold. And after you've done that, you're gonna fold it over once more, so the raw edge is fully trapped. You have a double hem. I don't know if it's called that way, but I'm just gonna call it that way. It will make your life so much easier if you just have an iron board close to you for every sewing project. I didn't do this in the beginning because I was too lazy for it, but it really helps. It just looks way prettier. So I would really advise you to do that. And then lastly, we're just gonna sew in this hem. I'm sewing like a half a centimeter away from the edge. I'm always using a guideline. Now this is the right side of my foot. I'm making sure the right side of the hem, like the right side of, the fabric is following the right side. It is always consistent. Make the end product even more pretty, I'm just gonna iron all the seams flat. Just looks way better.
There you have it, everyone. Your very own kimono. And that wasn't really hard, right? Well, I hope so.
Thank you for watching, and if you like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye!